Mr. President.
Leader McConnell.
I've just had an opportunity to speak with President Trump, and he, I would say to all my colleagues, has indicated he's prepared to sign the bill. He will also be issuing a national emergency declaration at the same time.
Yep.
And I've indicated to him that I'm going to support the national emergency declaration.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell saying that Donald Trump will sign the government spending bill to avoid a government shutdown. In the bill is only about $1.4 billion for the wall. That's much less than the $5.7 Trump was asking for. However, when he signs the government spending bill, he will also issue the national emergency. Remember I said that in the previous video, he has that in his back pocket. I thought he might play that a little bit later because the current deal is set to expire in September after he signs it today. This comes just one day before the actual February 15th deadline, which was set about 3 weeks ago. Now, this is, I think, a great day for us. Many of us were kind of worried. We were like, wait a minute, 1.4 billion, that's all? That's pathetic. We need 5.7, but when he's able to issue a national emergency declaration, he can access other funds to contribute to the wall, okay? And he already has more money anyway. Let's go back a little bit to the previous video. He was given about 1.4 in the deal for border barriers, fences, or whatever the left wants to call it. He also had access to about $900 million from DHS to fight the opioid crisis, drug proliferation, stuff like that. He can add that to the border wall funding because money can be spent however he wishes or however the admin wishes. So that's about $2.3 billion. Add on to that the national emergency. He has plenty of money to be able to fund the complete construction of the wall on the southern border. Now, there's going to be kickback, of course. He's probably going to be sued by the left, Democrats, whatever you want to call them, about the national emergency. They're going to say, hey, you can't use that money for that. That's not going to be for that. He may even be sued for the DHS money, but that's going to be a process, and it may take a while for the wall to be totally funded, but he has no choice because at the end of the day, he's got to do something. If he can't get all the money from the government that he needs in the spending bill, then you got to get it other ways, okay? Because the government shutdown, that's not really an option. We did the longest one in history. It was a little while ago, 34 days. We don't want a repeat of that. That caused a lot of problems and cost us a lot of money. So we don't want to do that again. Although it would be for a good purpose, but it would be fruitless because we see that Democrats are not going to budge. They don't really care if people are not getting paid or whatever. They'll just say, oh, it's Trump's fault. So now we have the spending bill, so the government won't shut down. The next step, national emergency. Is he going to be able to get that money from there and put it towards the wall? We'll see. Is it going to be a lengthy court battle? I don't know. I think it may end up in the Supreme Court, but Trump has favor there because he's been able to appoint 2 justices so far in Neil Gorsuch and Brett Kavanaugh. Not to be morbid, but Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the clock is ticking until retirement or she's not able to serve anymore for whatever the reason may be. I'll leave that to your imagination. So he may have up to 3 justices in a very short period of time that he's able to appoint to the Supreme Court. Okay. If it goes to the Supreme Court, I think he'll be able to win. It probably won't go that far, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. I think he just put in some judges in the Ninth Circuit Court, which has been typically liberal for a very long time. He may have actually been able to reform that court to have them be less liberal as it had been in the past. So we'll see what's going on with that. Either way it goes, I can't really wait to see what's going to happen on the left when he signs the government spending bill and they're all applauding, talking about bipartisanship and all this and that. But then he says, okay, national emergency. And I'm going to put like 50 billion towards the wall or whatever he can. I'm not really sure how much he can actually take from that particular fund he'll be able to have access to for the national emergency. But I think it'll be enough to totally fund the wall. Add in the border money that is approved in the actual bill, add in the DHS money, and then the national emergency money. It should be plenty. But that is pretty much all I got to say. look forward to that being signed sometime today. Today is Thursday, February 14th, 2019, Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. This should be a gift to your significant other, a big, beautiful border wall. You should put a heart on the top to commemorate the day that the actual deal was done. So what do you think? Do you think the wall will be built? Do you think that he'll be sued and lose the case? Do you think he will be sued at all? Do you think that he'll be allowed to just go build it? Not him literally, but do you think that the spending in the government bill, the DHS money, and the national emergency money will be allowed to just happen the way that many of us envision and the way Trump envisions? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.